Hello, happy Saturday. We're going to talk today about some of my very favorite Christmas movies. I'm not going to talk for long. I'm hoping to keep this video short, but I have a lot of favorite Christmas movies and I just want to tell you what they are so that maybe you can watch them too. I am recording this right after I recorded yesterday's video, so I'm in the same outfit, haven't moved. All I did was push stop and go. So let's go ahead and do this. One of my absolute favorite Christmas movies, which you may or may not be aware of, it may or may not be on your own radar, is this little movie that was made for, I believe, ABC Family before ABC Family became Freeform, and that is The Mistletones. This is about two warring Christmas carol singing groups vying to be the best singing group in the land, and it is such a feel-good movie with lots of Christmas cheer and singing, and I watch it first every year and have done so for probably 10 years, I think. It is the movie that for me just kind of sets off the Christmas movie watching season. And yeah, it's made for TV. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy. I really love it. I really love it. Give me a singing competition and anything, and I'm there for it. Next, we have Christmas with the Cranks. This is, of course, an adaptation of John Grisham's novella Skipping Christmas. I've never read that, and I probably never will, but I adore Christmas with the Cranks. This is the story of the family that does the perfect Christmas every year until their daughter joins the Peace Corps and they decide, hey, this is the year that we're not going to do Christmas and we're going to go take a vacation instead. But of course, the daughter then at the very last minute decides she's coming home with her fiance, and everything has to be thrown together in a moment's notice, and it's such a fun movie. Next, I have The Holiday, which is so cheesy and definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. I still remember going to see this in the theater, and the people I went to see it with were like, oh, that was terrible, and I was like, I'm in love. I love Jack Black's character in this. I love Kate Winslet's character in this. I could do without the other two, but you know, foils. They're foils. I really, really love the story of Kate Winslet and the friendship that she makes with the old Hollywood guy, and how they help him get, you know, up on stage to get his award and all of that. I just really, really love this movie. I love this movie. And of course, who doesn't want to live in that cottage? I mean, I definitely would live in that cottage. Next, my another favorite that I love is Love Hard. This is a Netflix movie about a long distance relationship that turns out to be a catfish situation. It has some of the most funniest moments in any movie that I have ever seen, and I watched this early in the year. Early in the season. It is one of my go-to laugh out loud funny Christmas movies, but it's also really feel good. A staple for me is Last Holiday. This is the one where Queen Latifah incorrectly learns that she is dying, and so she decides that it's time for her to live. She's had all these hopes and dreams for such a long time, and now that she thinks her life is ending, she's going to make them happen, and of course that changes her whole life. About a Boy. Oh, About a Boy is one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone a Christmas movie. This is the story of a single man who is a little bit bitter about Christmas because his dad wrote one of the greatest Christmas songs of all time, and his life does not match the happiness of A Christmas Carol. And the single mother with some mental health problems and her son, and how they come together to change each other's lives. Are you sensing a theme here? I like movies where people come together to change each other's lives. Next on my list, oh, this one has been a favorite for such a long time. This is All I Want for Christmas. This is about two kids that, a brother and a sister, that decide that they are going to try and get their parents back together for Christmas, and hilarity and heartwarmingness ensue. Two of my all-time favorite Christmas movies are White Christmas, and this one's not technically a Christmas movie, but I always watch it at Christmas. That's Meet Me in St. Louis. These two are staples. I actually went to go see White Christmas in a theater a few years ago, and it was an absolute joy to see it on the very big screen, and people were singing along, and it was just such a like community feel. It felt like something out of a movie going to see that movie. Loved it. While You Were Sleeping is one of my favorite Christmas movies. This is the one where Sandra Bullock falls in love with the guy who's in the coma, but really she's falling in love with his brother. And finally, my favorite Christmas movie is the cartoon, the Netflix cartoon, Klaus. This is the story of the spoiled boy who has to go to the town where everything is dark and terrible and smells like fish. And he has to be the postmaster there. And of course, he runs into a guy who turns out to be Santa Claus, basically. And if you haven't seen it, it is just, watch it. It will change your life. I also really enjoy a handful of Christmas cartoons and episodes of TV shows. There are certain TV shows that I love to watch this time of year, mostly British, but I love the Vicar of Dibley Christmas episodes, and I love the Catherine Tate Christmas episodes or shows. I really love to watch Saturday Night Live Christmas skits. Those are some of my favorites. And I love an old, from the 1990s, made for TV, I think ABC cartoon about the 12 Days of Christmas, as well as one about, it's called The Town That Santa Forgot, about a little boy named Jeremy Creek who he sends such a large Christmas list to Santa Claus that Santa thinks that it's for a whole town, and so the elves locate a town called Jeremy Creek and send all the presents there. Just Frosty the Snowman, how the original cartoon of The Grinch Stole Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation Santa Claus is coming to town. You know, I'm Mickey's Christmas Carol, the cartoon, Muppet Christmas Carol. I like a lot of Christmas movies. So yeah, what are some of your favorite Christmas movies? Are there any on here you've never heard of before? I do have kind of an outlier that I watch every year around Christmas. It is definitely a winter movie, but not a Christmas movie. And it's probably going to shock you, but every year at Christmas time, I watch The Shining. It is definitely, in my mind, a Christmas movie. It's like my Die Hard. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie in my mind. The Shining is. Yeah, so in the meantime, until I see you tomorrow, let's go ahead and go. Oh, there's advertisements on the TV. My fireplace went away. In the meantime, between now and when I see you tomorrow, let's go ahead and go read or watch something Christmassy, maybe The Shining.